Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Shalom. If you're new, I do videos on pop culture, artists, new music releases, all that good stuff really. If you like how that sounds, press the sub button and the bell icon so you're notified every single time I freaking post, okay? Let's get into the video because I've been wanting, itching, scratching, waiting, frothing to speak about this topic, okay? Because I've been listening to Sabrina Carpenter for a good couple years. I've made a couple videos about her. I think I made one like at the beginning of my channel like a year or so ago. Basically, I've been listening to her for a long time, like Disney Channel days, like Girl Meets World kind of days, like those type of days, okay? When, yeah, like that's how long I've been rooting for this girl. And every time I'll talk about Sabrina Carpenter, you know, back in the day, people either say, who is that? Or people be like, nah, like her music isn't good. And I have this thing, right? Okay, so if you're new to my channel, or even people who actually have been subscribed for a long time, when I see someone has potential, or I know that someone has talent, which is just undeniable, it literally like keeps me up at night, because I'm like, how does someone have like God-given talent, or how does someone have talent but yet nothing is moving, nothing is changing? So that's why on my TikTok, go follow my TikTok because it is so freaking fun over there. On my TikTok, I speak a lot about like Madison Beer, Chloe Bailey, Normani, those type of girls, because I just find it so fascinating and it keeps me up at night, because I'm like, how do you have such talent but yet nothing is shifting, nothing is changing? And for a long time I had the same feeling about Sabrina Carpenter, because it felt like for years nothing was shifting, nothing was changing. Her songs weren't charting that high. Sometimes they'll peak at number 50 and fall off, okay? It would generally confuse me. I'd be like, how does someone with this talent not like chart? How does someone who's a triple threat, who can do all of this, who has bobs, not chart? And then it wasn't until Nonsense. I remember when Nonsense came out, I literally said in a video that this is a bop, and it hadn't gone viral yet. It did not go viral yet, but I said before it went viral that this is a bop and this is amazing. And I think she had like Coil Ray or something on the remix, something like that, and that was trash. But I've been rooting for Sabrina for a long time. So when she got her big break, it felt like such a sigh of relief. And I was like, oh my gosh, guys, I just have such good taste. Okay, I'm joking. But honestly, I've been talking about this for a long time, because Sabrina Carpenter then is not the same Sabrina Carpenter now. Sabrina Carpenter back in the day, like in her singular Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 eras, okay, she used to kind of dress a bit different. But I'll also say she was a lot younger during those eras. And she's in her 20s now. I think I don't know how old she is, 25 or something. She's a bit older than me, but that's besides the point. The way she dressed was kind of like cutesy, kind of, you know, like it was kind of cutesy, kind of a tad bit modest. Like she'd be wearing like a skirt and a top, or like she'd be wearing like a jumper and jeans, like that. Like it's just basic kind of outfits. Like it reminded me of Tate McRae before she blew up and she had that little side fringe. How the way Tate McRae used to dress. She used to just dress like a normal person you'd see on a train, okay, on a bus. You would never suspect that this is going to be one of the biggest pop stars that would have in, you know, the 2020s type of thing. She used to just trying to dress modest, kind of, well, not modest, that's a bit far, but she would kind of just wear regular clothes a normal person would wear. Her makeup was very minimal. It wasn't very sculpted. Some people say that she's gotten plastic surgery in her face. Personally, I don't see it, okay, but I don't know, I just feel like she's changed her makeup. But I'm just like, how did we go from Sabrina Carpenter then to Sabrina Carpenter now, where, you know, a guy is literally like holding her hair in a really kind of weird way, and she's, you know, kissing aliens on stage and doing sex positions on stage and stuff like that? Because a lot of parents are like, oh, my kid is not allowed to listen to Sabrina Carpenter, and oh and oh, Sabrina Carpenter is hurting the youth, and oh my gosh, like she's hurting all the girls. And it's just like, babe, she never claimed to be PG. She's not responsible for raising these kids, okay? And most of the parents that be saying that are just really bad parents. No tea, no shade. Like the parents who be like, oh my gosh, like this person is such a bad influence, and like they never claim to be a babysitter. They never claim to be a parent. Most of these parents who be complaining about Sabrina Carpenter and the other girlies who are a bit provocative or a bit sexual on stage, right? They're just bad parents because they don't even monitor their children properly. They be letting their kids have like iPhone 16s at the age of like 8 years old. They be letting their kids have iPads or full access to the internet. There's no parental locks, but then they be complaining like, oh my gosh, like they're such a bad influence. Like you, like When I was 8-9 years old, I had a brick phone, guys. Like, all I could do is phone, text, okay, and even that was like bad enough, and I could play Snake on it. That's it. But these kids today, they have full access to everything. There's no parental locks. Most parents don't even care, but then they be complaining how, you know, my kid is a bad influence. And naturally, kids are curious, so when they see freaking Sabrina Carpenter doing certain things, they're probably gonna click on it. Like, be a better parent and control your kids. But, you know, we won't go there for the sake of this video. But how did we go from her, how she was before, to now? And I'm going to say this doesn't just go for Sabrina, but I'm going to touch on other people. But when Sabrina Carpenter was with her Disney contract, doing the singular Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, those type of albums, no one really cared about her. You know, when she was pouring her heart out about different things, like I remember there's a song called Exhale. That is one of her best songs in her discography. Exhale, I promise you, okay, finish this video and then go on Spotify or whatever, type up Exhale by Sabrina Carpenter. I promise you that's one of the most relatable songs, one of the most calming songs, okay, she's ever released. It's so freaking good, and her vocals are 10/10 on that. But when she was pouring her heart out about her anxieties and exhaling and how, you know, different people in the industry were pressuring her in that song, because that's what she talks about, no one gave a damn, okay? They only gave a damn until she started dressing half naked, being on lingerie, doing sex positions on stage. And this goes into the fact how when people are pouring their hearts out on music, when they're not really wearing provocative or overly sexual outfits or have overly sexual lyrics, you guys don't care about them. So the only avenue they have to really go viral or to really, you know, get some bread and to really make it in the industry is to basically be overly sexual, to do the most on stage, to be thotting and bopping, to be doing all of that. All right, that's the only avenue they have, because when they're not doing that, you guys don't care about them. And the same people who complain about Sabrina Carpenter being over sexual and all of that, but when they weren't being overly sexual and they're dressing like a normal person, okay, and they were pouring their hearts out, doing what they need to do, y'all did not care about them. Her music was not charting high. You did not care until she went the other revenue route, okay? I guarantee you her PR team told her, like, yeah, you need to rev things up. The way she used to dress, she used to wear the heart corsets, right? And those were really cute. But I think her team were like, no, we need to step it up, because this ain't cutting it. Like, it's cute, but the heart cut out corsets were just not cutting it. Yeah, so her team were like, no, we need to rev this up. We need to make it a million over, okay, a million times over. So that's what I don't get, okay? People complain, okay, saying about how, oh, Tate McRae this, or why they always half naked on stage. It's because when they're fully clothed, right, y'all don't care about these people. You don't care. And I'm gonna bring Normani into this. Like, for example, when Normani released Fair, y'all did not run that song up. You didn't care, okay? She was really pouring her heart out on that song. She was doing, you know, her best, right? Even if you watch the performance on the Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, I don't know the difference. They both look the same to me. I don't know, whatever. When she was performing on that show, right, like, no one really cared. But then, when she released Wild Side, right, and had her boobs and stuff out with Cardi B, and they were like pressed up against each other, that's when everyone wants to, you know, blow up that song. That's when everyone wants to, you know, do the most. And look at freaking Megan Thee Stallion, where she did, what's the song, Anxiety, one of her best songs in her discography that no one cared about, right? But then, you know, when she's doing the most, licking, thotting, twerking, right, doing her usual, then that's when people want to, actually, even when she's doing that, people don't really care. But what I'm trying to say is that we really can't be complaining about pop stars doing the most to get attention, when in reality, the pop stars that came before Sabrina Carpenter, the pop stars who will come after Sabrina Carpenter when she's long and gone, will do the same formula, because it works every single time, and you guys fall for it every single time, because y'all are slow, okay, and y'all are hypocrites, okay? Everyone always begs for women to be modest. Everyone always begs for pop stars to be this and this and that. But when they are a little bit modest and they dress normally, y'all don't give a crap, okay? So I just don't buy how people are like, oh my gosh, Sabrina Carpenter is hurting the youth. Oh, she's not modest enough. Oh, look at the way she dresses. She's overly sexual. Like, oh my gosh, like, ew, right? But, you know, when she's fully clothed, y'all don't care. When she was fully clothed anyway, y'all don't care. When her lyrics had actual meaning and actual things behind it that wasn't sexual, that didn't have sex in it, y'all didn't care. So I really don't want to hear anything about people saying nothing, okay? Also, I want to say this, that most of the time when Sabrina Carpenter does things, it's always a reference to something else. Like, it's always a reference to a model or a celebrity, like in the 50s, the 60s, or like the 90s, if that makes sense. So I think a lot of these pop stars, a lot of these girls, I hate to say it, but they're not original. And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. it's really hard to be original these days, okay? Something you think is not done has already been done, okay, 1,000 times. And there's nothing wrong with that. A song that you think is original probably isn't. It's been done 1,000 times. It's got the same notes, the same chords. That's why everyone is having these lawsuits in music. That's why everyone's, getting copyrighted, having to pay millions to people, because, a lot of pop songs, they have the same chords, the same things. People are doing references to different people, not giving credit. People are taking songs with no credit, etc., etc. But what I'm trying to say is these pop girls, they are referencing the women who came before them, okay? So like, for example, the Britney Spears, the Beyoncés, they were, a lot of the time they were overly sexual. They're doing the most on stage, even wherever, right, in their live music. So if these pop stars like the Tate McRae's, she's spoken about how she loves Britney Spears and how she basically idolizes her, then obviously they're just going to do what their idol had done, okay? Especially if their idol was very successful, like Britney Spears or like Beyonce, for example. When Beyonce back in the day, when she did Deja Vu, best song in her discography, don't argue with me, when she did Deja Vu live, people were saying at the time that she was doing too much. She was, doing too much on stage. The way she was dancing, people were saying that, oh, that's too much. But now we look back on it and we're actually like, no, that was actually just being a pop star and, doing the part, entertaining, doing her job. And it's the same thing now. All the pop stars, they're just copying the formula that their faves did. Okay, so when people say that Chloe Bailey's doing too much, no, she's just copying the Beyonce formula because that's who she idolizes. When people say Tate McRae, oh, is doing this, or she's dressing like this, no, she's just copying her idol Britney Spears, okay? And they're redoing these formulas with new pop stars because it's tried, it's true, it's tested, we know it works, okay? Everyone falls for their bait every single time a new pop star comes out. Y'all fall for their bait every single time, and that's why I'm convinced most of the GP are actually really slow.